One day I realised sometimes my own speech was erratic, like the needle on my record would get all caught up and static. And at school this affliction didn't make things too easy, an easy target, so the kids would sometimes laugh and tease me. I guess there's no denying this made me stand out from the rest, but that kind of thing has never fazed me. I just took it in jest. Sure, the broken stammers of a youth can kind of bring some attention, but the sympathy of a teacher can get you out of detention. And this continued until I reached a certain age, until I started to thrive for knowledge from every word and every page. All of a sudden, the words would just flow off my tongue. When I got bored of how one sounded, I'd just learn a new one. I started listening to all these people who showed great use of each word, feeling the buzz with every single line from Gil that I heard.
The good old days, when we gave them hell, when the buck stopped somewhere and you could still buy something with it, to a time when movies was in black and white, and so was everything else.
The way he manipulated the language and really made it develop as he told another story from 125th Street in Lenox. And Mr. Mojo Rising, the American poet, had enraptured my mind with words and would never know it.
Indians scattered on North Highway bleeding. Ghosts crowd the young child's fragile eggshell mind.
I would sit in my room for hours just listening out for every underlying meaning in the words he would shout. Then I'd put on the specials to hear of their social commentary. You couldn't help but get drawn in, sometimes even involuntary.
You've done too much too young. Now you're married with a kid when you could be having fun with me.
And the way that Rakim would take my mind on a journey to a kind of lifestyle and scene that never used to concern me. A completely different world to the one that I lived in, but I could, connected to the language and the passion within him.
A menace to a microphone, a lethal weapon or assassinator. If the people ain't stepping, you'll see a part of me that you never seen when I'm feeding for a microphone.
So I started to write, inspired by those here before me. I'd found an outlet for thoughts, a way of telling a story. So I wrote and I wrote until I felt it was time to put some of this stuff on tape, and then I started to rhyme. Once I started climbing, I knew there was no way I could slip. And that was the one true birth of this here Scroobius Pip.